Okay, let's get into this. This is my first video talking about why Black women aren't getting the support or the assistance that they need. And I'm not talking about government assistance. I'm not talking about financial assistance. Those things are great too. It's nice to have assistance in any way. But I'm talking about getting the support that they need in terms of home life, business, those sorts of things. And if I'm being honest, sometimes we're the reason. Hear me out though, respectfully. Trust. Trust is a huge reason, in my opinion. Now, these are my opinions because I'm nobody's expert, but this is what I have observed while running this business for a couple of years. Trust is one of the main reasons why Black women don't hire an assistant or support. And I'm gonna use myself because I can only speak to my own experiences. I can't tell you how you feel or judge your experiences. So I know trust is very important, and it's a couple different ways of how trust can keep us, or myself, I'll say, from hiring the support that I need. I don't want everybody in my business. If my house ain't clean, I don't want nobody coming to my house. If I hire a house cleaner, I'm guilty. I will clean my house before the house cleaner gets there. I don't know why I'm like that, and I hate it. But I don't want nobody to see me when I'm vulnerable, or if I look like I'm weak or I can't handle myself. For me, I'm talking to me, it's my ego. I don't want nobody to see me down like that. So that's a big part of it. Now, let me put my virtual assistant hat on. I'm on this side as your virtual assistant. And I'm going to be honest, you'll see me looking off. I'm looking at my notes. I'm not perfect. I'm new to this, but I'm true to this. So I'm looking at notes. So just excuse me. Now, as a virtual assistant, if I'm being honest, I need to be all in your business. I really do. I need to see your weaknesses. I need to see your vulnerabilities. I need to hear your frustrations. That's the only way I can help you. Like that's the job. So I need to be able to flow with you so that I can understand how I can help you navigate the things that frustrate you. If you're a super amazing judge and you can't for the life of you figure out or remember to take your car to get an oil change, am I judging you for that? No. Girl, let me help you get this oil change. That's what I'm here for. That's why you hire an assistant. So I just want to say that I understand, and for myself, I respect completely that tasks have to be assigned at your comfort level. So any good support person should be empathetic and understanding that trust is earned, and that you should feel comfortable allowing someone into your business and seeing your vulnerable spaces. So if you have an assistant who sounds judgy or who sounds like you ain't got all your stuff together, she's probably not it for you because you're not gonna feel comfortable. You really need, in my opinion, you need somebody who's going to really just encourage you. Like, hey, sis, that's okay. You ain't, your oil change is 10,000 miles overdue. Okay, girl, let's get it taken care of. Let's not be judgy about it. Let's just get it fixed. I'm here to remove things from your plate, not add judgment and worry to your plate. And again, in my opinion, that's what a good support person is going to do in any capacity. Now, I will say this, regardless of what you pay anyone, any hot, $10 an hour, $20 an hour, trust is earned. Trust is not purchased. So you could pay me whatever you want to pay me, but I still have to earn your trust. And I take that very seriously. As a side note, my mama raised me right. I'm speaking for myself. Like I said, I am the Black woman's assistant, so you're going to get the real when it comes to me. My mama raised me right when it comes to respect, and I'm very respectful of people's privacy. I'm very protective of my clients because they do trust me. I don't take that lightly. And like I said, I can only speak for myself. So with other assistants and support, please do your due diligence. If they don't seem like they're your vibe, don't go with them. Don't feel so pressed to get help that you have to deal with anything that's lackluster or that you don't trust. That's important. Another trust issue that I noticed, and this is with any business, you hire a virtual assistant to do things for you, and they say, they have a great website. It looks amazing. It's perfect. They say all the right things, but let's say you hire them, they're not doing things. You're not hearing from them. You're like, hey, I need you to schedule an appointment by this day. It's not scheduled. That's frustrating. You want your task handled with respect. You want them handled with a sense of urgency. You don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your money. And if you do hire somebody and they let you down, you ain't gonna want to hire nobody else. That's just it. One bad experience when it comes to something like support where you have to be vulnerable. One bad experience will really keep you from hiring somebody else or trusting somebody else. Because in my mind, for me, I'd be like, I just do it myself. Why would I let somebody else let me down? That's time and money I wasted when I could have just, bit the bullet and did it myself. So that's a huge, I won't say fear, but I'll say a reason that I noticed that Black women, express to me in the calls why they don't want to hire somebody. I'll say another reason this is hard. You can't, no, I won't say you can't. There are typically no trial periods with virtual assistants. You just talk to somebody for 20 minutes and then you just hire them. And that can be scary because a lot of times you have to sign up for a commitment. And these aren't cheap. These aren't like, oh, just sign up for, 10 days and see how you like it. No, these are, I signed up for a virtual assistant and I have one for 4 months. And now you find out through half the month that she's trash. That's crazy. That's very frustrating. One thing that you can do to prevent the best you can with dealing with somebody who turns out to be trash, do your due diligence. So Google the person, of course, check their ratings, check their reviews, ask around. Don't be ashamed to ask around. Ask the person as many questions as you can. I think I'm going to put out a video that will show some good questions to ask for, like if you're hiring for support. There are some great questions that you can ask that are very telling about the person to find out if they know what they're talking about or not, just being honest. So maybe that'll help some people. So that'll be a video that I'll do at some point later on. The third reason that Black women, again, speaking to myself, because I can confirm what everybody else feels, but I can say what I feel. Some Black women I know don't want to hire support, don't want to hire assistant. It's because the world is freaking crazy. People are scamming all the time. They steal your debit card, your credit card, anywhere, anytime that they can. So how can you feel comfortable with giving your personal information to some stranger, basically? Again, this comes with doing your due diligence, and then going at your comfort level. So again, coming over here, I'm putting on my VA hat just to give you some feedback on that. I'm gonna need access to certain things. I'm gonna need to know your address if I'm ordering things for you. I may need to know your children's information to handle things for their school, which is things that I do. In some cases, I may need your credit card information to make payments. That's the job. What's not the job is me forcing you to give me those sorts of tasks when we're first getting to know each other. So I always recommend to start slow, start with smaller tasks, just to get a feel for your VA. Talk to them, or not even just your VA, sorry. That's where my head goes. But any support person that you're going to be using, talk to them, get to know them, and then put protections in place. Now, I'm going to be honest. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. So just because it is a Black woman or a Black person doesn't mean that they have your best interest at heart. And I'm not being shady. I'm just being honest. One thing that I do as a VA is I use LastPass, which is like a security platform for like passwords. Any information that my clients give me in regards to passwords, things like that, it goes into my LastPass vault. I love it for that reason. You could steal my laptop right now. I'd be pissed, but none of my clients' information will be compromised. I wouldn't even blink. You can't even get into my LastPass vault without biometrics, and I have a physical security key. I have 2 security keys. I don't play. My parents are military veterans. I do not play about confidentiality and information security because, 1, I respect people's, privacy. But 2, I'm not trying to get sued. I'm not trying to ruin anybody's life. I'm just trying to be helpful. And a big part of me being helpful is not, having your identity stolen or doing something wrong or exposing information in the wrong space. I can't even imagine how traumatizing that would be for somebody to, have a VA and trust them and then their information gets out on the streets. That's horrible. Then you're never asking for help again. So I take things like that very seriously. But again, even the big companies, Google, T-Mobile, all them people, they have data breaches. So things happen. The best thing that you can do is go at your comfort level. Don't feel rushed to give somebody your credit card information or anything like that. Again, the reason that I use LastPass is because it allows my clients to share their passwords and share access with me without having to give me their passwords. So it shows like the little dots instead of the actual password. I love it. Now, again, this is just me. I'm nobody's expert. I'm gonna keep saying that because I don't want you to think I'm out here telling you what you need to be doing. I'm just sharing my thoughts and what I've learned and seen over the time I've been doing this. So I hope that that's helpful. But again, due diligence. Trust is all about due diligence. Everything I'm talking about today with trust is all about due diligence. All right. So to sum it up, I've been talking for a minute, but everything I said I hope was important and helpful. Trust. trust is one of the big reasons that Black women don't get the support that they need. And understandably so, by the way. I'm not judging anybody. Understandably so. Trusting someone to see you in a vulnerable space, trusting them with your private and sensitive information, and trusting someone to provide quality service. Now, Melanated Audacity has earned the trust of hundreds of amazing Black women from so many different industries, so many different places. And I have a new option that's coming up, a new package that's coming up. And I'll talk about it later. But we're going to finish these other two videos. We're going to get into these other two things in a little bit. So, see you in a bit.